You guys, I have to show you something awesome. It's something that I have been working on for a while now, and it's also something that a lot of you have requested via my Etsy page. I am super proud to announce that I officially have made a wedgie sled. But not just any wedgie sled. This wedgie sled is for the bandsaw. This is not going to be a demonstration video as much as I wish it could be. I just honestly don't have the time right now. But I wanted to show you guys how to set it up and how it works. So let's head over to the bandsaw right now. So this is my little 10-inch bandsaw. It's perfect for my shop size. And I wanted to make a sled that worked for a smaller bandsaw like this, but would also work for the bigger bandsaws out there. And I think with this sled, it's really going to work well with any bandsaw that you have. So with this bandsaw, you can see I have a T-track, which is great. The problem is that it's only about 1/2 inch, which means I have to make a custom miter bar in order for my sled to work. Which is not a problem. I made one just out of some cheap plastic that I already had here in the shop. But this is one of the first things I wanted to point out, because if you have a smaller bandsaw like mine, you will have to make your own miter bar. I do include a miter bar with every order, but if you do have a smaller bandsaw, this isn't gonna work. When you're making your miter bar, just make sure that you line everything up the same way you would with a table saw. How I went about doing that was I took my miter bar, I put it into my slot and raised it up. I put some super glue on there, and I simply just laid my sled on top of it. I waited for the glue to dry, and then I screwed it down. As long as you take your time, getting this thing parallel to the blade really isn't that hard. But whether you're using a custom miter bar that you make yourself or the one that I send with your kit, this sled is going to work great. One thing that was kind of hard for me to figure out was some sort of fall off bar, or some way to make sure that the piece, once it's cut, doesn't get caught back up in the blade and it stays away from the blade. After a few trial and error pieces, I came up with this. This is just another piece of Baltic birch plywood that will sit along your blade like this. The cool thing about it though is that I integrated in a stop block for you guys to help with your whole process. And the best way I could figure out how to attach this was just using some sort of clamp and clamping it to my table. And the nice thing about this is you can slide it up and down your table depending on where you want your stop block. Once you've got this secured and this secured, you're ready to start cutting your segments. So of course I'm gonna be using my custom wedgies to get the angles and the amount of segments that I want in my ring. For this one, I'm gonna use 28. Get that dialed in. And now all I have to do is use my depth stop to make sure that I'm getting the right size segments. I don't have any pieces of wood laying around the shop, but I do have this scrap plywood, so I'll show you guys real quick how it cuts. And yeah, so just like that, we have our segments, and you know, I'm not gonna sit there and cut 28 of them right now, but as you can see, they should all work together. And so that's it. That is the wedgie sled for the bandsaw. If you guys are looking at this in my shop or anything like that, I hope that this helps you out in some way to make a decision whether to get it or not to get it. If you guys have any suggestions on ways that this could be improved, I would love to hear them. Of course, I also will be trying this thing out a little bit more in my shop, just to see what kind of quirks and things I need to work out. But it is available for purchase if you guys want to try it out for yourself. I also sell those custom wedgies that I use to get my angle just right, and I also do sell the wedgie sled, but for the table saw. I hope that this video helped you guys out. If you are interested in more segmented turning stuff or woodworking, make sure to subscribe like the video, and please leave me a comment. That's it for me, guys. Be good, be safe, be happy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!